Hi there guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Plunk production and welcome to this traditional DVD and Blu-ray update coming courtesy of my mother, as you'll get as to why I'm saying that in a moment. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I do want to make some announcements of some content that's coming over the next month, basically. So I've got this DVD and Blu-ray update right now. I'm going to have another DVD and Blu-ray up in the next few days' time. You guys have already seen my Halloween 2018 review. Over the course of October, I'm going to be releasing a lot more horror-based reviews. I've gotten hold of all of Child's Play, Chucky. I've got hold of all of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I've gotten a hold of all of the Halloween movies, and of course I have the box set for Friday the 13th, the Scream Factory set. So over the course of October, you guys can look forward to a lot of horror content, which, to be honest, I've been meaning to do something like this for many years, so this is the opportunity. When I uploaded my Halloween video today, that was sort of a sneak peek at that for you now, guys. And then coming into the month of October, so I probably will have my next review, which is probably going to be Halloween Kills, the next in the modern Halloween trilogy, the Blumhouse Halloween trilogy, if you want to call that. That will probably be my next video, and I'll probably have that up for October the 1st, and we'll get into a nice October-filled horror month. Why not? There's a lot of horror movies, like the ones I mentioned, I've been wanting to watch for quite some time. What better time than October? Shall we move into what I've got here and take a nice drink of Coke? So, my mum has reorganised her front room and she's replaced all her furniture, all of her units, and her settees have all been replaced, and so she can't fit her Blu-ray player in her current unit, so she decided to sell it. All her Blu-rays and DVDs and the Blu-ray player itself. She actually called me the other day because one of the discs or the films that we'll get to is actually my disc, and she wants to know if I wanted it back or I was willing to let it go to CX. That's where she was going to sell it, and I basically turned around to her and said, I'll buy it all off you. So I've got it all with me now. We're sending her the money tomorrow. It's Sunday, as I record this video, Sunday the 29th of September. I'm just going to jump straight into it. I've got 2 bags worth, so we're just going to jump straight into it. The first DVD is La La Land. I haven't seen La La Land yet. Obviously, I know that this won a lot of awards when it came out, so La La Land there. We've then got Pitch Perfect 3. I haven't seen any of the Pitch Perfect films. Do like Anna Kendrick a fair amount, so looking forward to checking this out. And this is a 2-disc special edition, and the second disc is hiding underneath the little digital download. So there we go, Pitch Perfect 3. We then got The Incredibles, the first film. Again, 2-disc collector's edition, a Disney DVD. I do know that Disney DVDs and Blu-rays are actually still quite sought after, and I do like the little blue motif that they have. Kind of reminds me of a PlayStation 2 case, to be honest, or maybe a PS5 case. But yeah, there we go. So next up we have another Disney movie. This is Ratatouille. Classic. I love this film. Actually, I've seen it quite a few times now, and who doesn't like Ratatouille? I think it's Jim Broadbent is the voice of the critic that he's trying to impress. Fantastic. Or is it Peter O'Toole? Anyway, it's a classic British actor. Love Ratatouille. Next up, we have the first 2 Pitch Perfect films, 1 and 2, in this double pack here. Each of these just single disc editions, does look like it, but there we go, single disc editions of Pitch Perfect. Here we actually have a DVD that's actually mine. Don't know how it ended up at my mum's, but this is the classic movie, Stuart Little, with Michael J. Fox obviously voicing Stuart Little himself. Absolute classic movie, this one. And actually now I've got it back in the collection, so to speak. I might rewatch Stuart Little a often forgotten Michael J. Fox classic. We've now got another Disney DVD, and it is Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World. I do remember this not being that good of a film, to be honest. Pocahontas, the original, being a classic. This one, I don't remember being a very good film, but hey, who doesn't love a bit of good classic Disney animation? This is actually film slash DVD that's mine, and I loaned it to my mum many years ago. She never watched it. She loaned me Trainspotting. We did a bit of a swap. I guess Trainspotting is now mine. I guess. This is The Usual Suspects. Absolutely fantastic film. If you've not seen this film, I strongly suggest watching it somewhere, somehow, however you would acquire films. Nowadays, doesn't really matter. DVD, 4K, Blu-ray, streaming, are other ways of watching movies. However you got to watch it, I highly recommend it. It's a classic by Bryan Singer, and also written by, the screenplay was written by Kevin Spacey, I do believe. So yeah, absolutely fantastic film, that one. We then got a Blu-ray set that I own these twice, I think, in various places, but we have a good old-fashioned Harry Potter Blu-ray set, just a box standard 8 film collection of Harry Potter. And basically the way these work, I think this is actually kind of cool in a weird way, is you get one film one side and you flip it over, you get the other film on the other side, and of course you get the discs on the inside as well. Nice little sets. I do believe it's been quite pricey back in the day, actually, but there you go, a nice little Harry Potter Blu-ray set. What else we got in here? Let's just take out what's in this bag. So next up is Water for Elephants. I don't think I've ever heard of this film, to be completely honest with you, but Reese Witherspoon, Robert Pattinson, and Christopher Waltz. There we go. City of Angels, a film I have heard of, but don't know anything about. So one of these snapper cases that a lot of people really don't like, and it's on a flipper disc, because my mum and my father, for that matter, were buying DVDs back when they first came out, and they came in these snapper cases. Next up, we've got another absolute classic. We have Ocean's 11. Really do love this film. Directed by Steven Soderbergh, obviously. I say obviously, but absolute classic film. We've then got another British classic, which is Notting Hill, with Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. Comes in one of these nice, very hard-wearing plastic cases. Really do like these cases, actually. Trainspotting comes in this as well, actually. We then got Shakespeare in Love, a film that I've heard mixed things on, so there we go. We then have Life is Beautiful, which seems to star Ralph Fiennes, I do believe that is. No, it's not. Looks like Ralph Fiennes on the front, but Life is Beautiful. Haven't heard of it personally myself. So there we go. We're going to put these to one side. Put them there. We're going to move on to the next bag. So next up is a set, a bit of a full DVD set. This is Live Aid. This is the entire 1985 Live Aid concert on DVD. My mum and dad bought this many years ago when they got vouchers from my school for me having good attendance. So there you go. Bit of a callback, that one. We've then got Divergent and Insurgent, part of the Divergent series on DVD. So there we go, each disc separately. We've then got, I believe, one of my mum's favourite movies, and an absolute classic, is The Sound of Music. I mean, absolute classic movie. I haven't seen this in goodness only knows how long, so maybe, who knows, I might watch The Sound of Music again. We've then got another classic, and something that actually is quite close to my heart in various ways, and I'll explain it in a more dedicated video one way. is the original Cats musical on Blu-ray. So that's actually quite nice, I must say. We then got Evita, an Alan Parker film with Antonio Banderas and Madonna. Didn't know Madonna was in Evita, but there we go. A film I have heard of, never watched. I think I was too young to watch this when I was younger. There we go, Evita. We got another classic, Bridget Jones's Diary, an absolute classic British movie. Although yes, Renee Zellweger is of course American, but the movie is very British. And of course we have the second in that series, which is The Edge of Reason. There we go. We then got A Perfect Murder with Michael Douglas, Gwyneth Paltrow and Viggo Mortensen. Actually, that's yeah, I have heard of the movie, never seen it, but the fact it's got Viggo Mortensen in it, I actually quite like the sound of that, I must say. Another classic, we have The Green Mile with Tom Hanks, directed by Frank Darabont, Michael Clark Duncan, may he rest in peace. Green Mile. We have another classic here, back when maybe M. Night Shyamalan was doing decent movies. The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis classic. That one, as we well know. I'm going to look into some more of these. We then have another classic. You can hear me saying that quite a bit. Titanic. James Cameron, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet. Everyone knows the movie Titanic. We've then got Paddington 1 and 2. They're both on Blu-ray. Don't know why this doesn't make it more obvious that this is on Blu-ray on the slipcover, but it does when you flip it up. Paddington 2 is still sealed. Paddington 1, I haven't seen these movies, even though that obviously Paddington is again a British icon. At this point, the bear from Peru, but there you go. So obviously I'll probably be watching those. I've heard they're really, really heartwarming films. So there you go. Next up, we have another Disney classic, Finding Nemo. I love Finding Nemo a lot, to be honest. So glad to have that. And then we have the follow-up that I don't think many people enjoyed as much as the original, but I know it has its fans. Finding Dory, and this is on Blu-ray. If we carry on through, we've now got, I think this is a British comedy with Ewan McGregor, Pete Postlethwaite, bloody hell, Rastoff. We've now got Ocean's 13, so I guess Ocean's 12 is in there somewhere. Ocean's 13, and another one of my mum's favourite movies and musicals, West Side Story, which is I've forgotten what this is, a depiction of. Is it not Romeo and Juliet? Is it? Might put Romeo and Juliet. I know this is sort of a light-hearted take on gang warfare, basically using musical rather than bullets and what have you and violence. But there we go. We then got another Disney classic, The Aristocats. Absolute classic. A classic Christmas film that I've never watched, believe it or not, and that is Elf. I've never watched Elf. Some people probably will find very surprising. We've then got another absolute classic movie. I know this is a classic movie called Sophie's Choice. I believe this is based on a book. But yeah, Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice. We then got a David Fincher classic movie. I think this put him on the map. Seven, one of the best thrillers ever made, from what I understand. I've never watched Seven, so maybe I'll be rectifying that quickly. We've got another movie called The Bone Collector. I've heard people that's actually pretty good and quite grisly, so that could be quite interesting. The Talented Mr. Ripley. I think this was one of Matt Damon's first movies and put him on the map, and I've heard it as actually really good. An absolute classic movie, this one, and is The Shawshank Redemption. Oh, this movie is a classic for a reason. And then we seem to have a bootleg here of a film called Valkyrie, starring Tom Cruise. I do believe this is about one of the... Oh, it's Bryan Singer again. Who's the director? Oh, yep, directed by Bryan Singer. Okay, I'll check it out. I believe it wasn't Valkyrie, one of Hitler's like top henchmen, or something to do with that. Anyway, Valkyrie, a bootleg on that regard. And that is it when it comes to this particular DVD collection. But some good classics there. Some, you know, stalwarts, so to speak. Some good classic movies just to sit down and watch. And as I said, you're also going to get a Blu-ray and DVD update in the next couple of days, because I'm also going to be buying a load of Blu-rays and DVDs from someone off Facebook Marketplace. I'll also be showing you at some point the actual player I got from my mum as well. Until next time, guys, please take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.